46. The Book of Albion. "That one was always kept under lock and key in the palace library," exclaimed Alfred. "I was never allowed to look at it." "For good reason," purred the Lord Protector. "This is the most ancient book in the world, handwritten and illustrated by holy men centuries ago. There is only one in existence, the only one ever made. It tells the story of the creation of Albion." "Albion? The ancient word for Great Britain?" "Your history is not too shabby either, child. It begins with the story of the first ever ruler of this island. Long before King Alfred, long before official records began. Back then, a beast was terrorizing the people of Albion." The Lord Protector showed the prince some of the ancient illustrations of the story. They were hand-painted and looked like the stained glass windows you see in church. In the pictures, there was a huge, fiery beast with the head and wings of an eagle and the body and tail of a lion. "A griffin!" exclaimed Alfred. "The very same. One brave man stepped forward, and in a fearsome battle he slew the beast with this very sword." The Lord Protector indicated the ornate sword that one of the royal guards was holding. It was the same sword with the jewelled handle he used to cut the palms of the king's hand and draw his blood. The pictures in the Book of Albion showed the sword in the man's hand. "Legend has it," continued the Lord Protector, "that once he has slain the beast, he drank its blood. Blue blood. Indeed, in the book, the griffin's blood was painted blue. The people of Albion fell to their knees. They believed this man now had the power of the beast, the power of life and death over all of them, divine power, the power of a god." "So that's why you need royal blood?" guessed Alfred, trying to piece together the parts of the Lord Protector's plan. "If the first ever king of Albion, or Britain, as it became known, had some of the griffin's blood mixed with his, then all of those royal line have a trace of the beast's blood within us." "Exactly!" exclaimed the Lord Protector. "That is why you needed my father's blood to bring the beast back to life." "Yes! And why, now he has none left, I need yours." This sent a chill down the boy's spine. "Your evil mother, Nanny, tried to take it from me, but she failed." "Where is she?" asked the Lord Protector. "Dead." The Lord Protector paused for a moment. "She made the ultimate sacrifice for me, her son." "Thank you, Mother." Alfred shook his head. What a wicked pair. Why is the book so important in all of this?" "The Book of Albion has many clues as to how this terrifying beast might one day rise again. Through the dark arts, chants and prayers, and ancient maps, and royal blood dripping on the statue of the beast to bring to life." The Lord Protector flicked through the pages of the book, which showed scenes of the griffin's resurrection. Alfred gulped, and looked around the huge palace ballroom. There wasn't just the griffin. The other 9 of the king's beasts were placed around the map too. "But why have you got all the statues up from the vault?" he asked. "Because I have gone one further than the Book of Albion. If I can bring the griffin back to life, why can't I bring all the king's beasts to life too? With them at my side, I, and I alone, will rule this kingdom, and every other kingdom of the world, forever! And I will be the King of Kings, for all eternity." His eyes lit up with demonic glee. "You're nuts," was Alfred's not unreasonable response. "Madness and genius are often intertwined," said the man. The Lord Protector returned to the guards. "Hold out the prince's hand." Alfred struggled and struggled and struggled some more, but it was impossible to escape their clutches. Next, the Lord Protector was handed the ancient sword, a sword that had belonged to the very first king of Albion. He held it high above his head before slicing open the palm of the boy's hand. "Ha!" screamed Alfred. Next time, the old man guided the boy closer to the statue of the griffin. His royal blood, which had left a trail on the floor, was now dripping on the eagle-headed statue. Drip, drip, drip. The guards held the boy's hand in place so more of the royal blood would drip. They began to chant as the Lord Protector read aloud from the Book of Albion. It was Latin, and immediately the statue began to hum. Chapter 47. Super Being. Gradually, the stone statue of the griffin started to glow. At first, it was like there was a light burning inside, before the surface of the stone blazed like the sun. Then flames began licking the side of the statue, and the heat was so blisteringly hot it singed Alfred's pyjamas. Sizzle! The Lord Protector grinned a ghoulish grin. His wicked plan was working. Alfred noticed that the other 9 statues of the king's beasts had begun to hum too. With 10 beasts of fire under his control, the Lord Protector would be able to rule the world for all eternity. The evil man continued reading from the ancient book of Albion. The prince had to do something, and fast. He noticed that the royal guards either side of him had become distracted by the griffin coming to life. Now was his chance. With all his strength, Alfred pulled his arms together so the 2 guards' helmets bashed. Clunk! Finding himself free, he surged forwards towards the Lord Protector. One of the guards managed to grab the boy's arm. Get off me! In the struggle, they fell hard against the glowing statue, knocking it over. Thunk! It toppled onto the Lord Protector. Doof! The statue became like molten lava. It burned the Lord Protector as he convulsed on the ballroom, in the most excruciating pain. Ah! The guards who were dotted around the room froze in fear. They didn't know what to do other than watch their evil leader writhe in agony. No! Cried the Lord Protector. This was Alfred's moment to flee. He rushed over to the king. Father, we have to get out of here now! The king opened his eyes. I don't have the strength, son. You go. Flee! Flee for your life! Not without you! Son, look! The boy turned round to see the most horrifying sight. Far from killing the Lord Protector, the statue had melted with him to create one super being. Made of fire, the creature was half griffin, half man, and all monster. It stood on 2 lion legs, had the talons and wings of an eagle, and the face of a man. The face of the Lord Protector. The guards began to escape. Even the all-seeing eye, which presumably had seen it all, couldn't believe its eye. It was trying to fly out of harm's way. However, this monster was growing and growing as each second passed, and the palace ballroom was becoming an inferno. The sword, son! The sword! Said the king. Help me slay the beast! The ancient sword was in the hands of one of the guards, which was now running away, as he dropped it onto the ballroom floor in a rush to open the door. Clang! Alfred raced over and seized it. Then he helped his father to his feet and passed him the sword. The king bravely stood right in the front of the monster. It must have been at least 3 or 4 times the size of him. The king lifted the sword above his head heroically. I do this for Britain! He shouted. But before he could strike, the griffin breathed a deadly blast of fire on him. Woof! It turned him to ash in a heartbeat. Crumble! All that was left of the king was a pile of black dust. No! Cried Alfred. The ancient sword fell to the floor. Clank! The blade broke clean into 2. Alfred snatched up the pieces and carried them off. Outside the ballroom windows, a group of revolutionaries had gathered, poised to burst into the palace itself. On seeing what had just happened, their expressions betrayed only horror. Alfred gestured for them to get back, and they hurriedly retreated. The griffin beat its mighty wings and began flying towards the boy, backing him into a corner. King Alfred, as he was now, as his father was gone, was prepared to meet his destiny.